Determination, hard work, effort, body control, and precision. These qualities sound like a football player, right? Well, in this case, you're wrong. It is what it takes to be a competitive cheerleader. And for some reason, society won't accept it. The website declares a sport as an athletic activity requiring skill or physical prowess and often a competitive nature. Fox News says that a federal district court judge in Connecticut refused to acknowledge it as a sport because it is still too undeveloped and disorganized to be treated as a general varsity athletic participation for students. Well, I'm here to prove you wrong. Because the hours, the training, and the intense competitive has to be credited for. To start off, cheerleading is certainly a very dangerous sport and is a leading cause for injuries within girls. An article called Cheerleading-Related Injuries in the United States recorded ages 15 through 18 admitted to the hospital, and it's only increasing. In 1990, there were 10,900 cheerleaders, and in 2002, there were 22,900. The routines consist of gymnastics, tumbling, such as backflips and back handsprings, partner stunt and group stunning, lifting, tossing, and catching girls in midair. In order to do this, there's no option besides to be in shape. You should be able to have intense flexibility, balance, and strength. If all the training and strength that these girls need isn't enough to be qualified as a sport, then I don't know what is. Physical activity could reach a limit, but there's never enough practice. Practices are scheduled every day and taken very seriously, just like any other sport. It's easy to follow stereotypes, but it's not sideline cheerleading. This type of cheerleading has evolved to a new level. Competitions are most important to be a part of, and organization tryouts are a must, and tend to be very difficult since it's based on skills. Now you know how cheerleaders know what it's like it takes to be an athlete. Competitions are a big part of why it should be a sport. Some cheerleaders train for decades, and every cheerleader's primary goal is to finish first, but they could potentially be up against 20 plus teams. Competitions are as competitive as it gets, and it's the ones who've never been to a competition and only remember cheerleaders on the sidelines that don't consider it a sport. Girls who land their tumbling and stick their stunts under pressure in front of hundreds of people need to be recognized as a hard-working athlete. Business also comes along with practices and competitions as well. People could join teams once it's considered a sport, and it's respected. The companies are called for choreographing the uniforms, run competitions, and televise national competitions. In this hard economy, any way to bring in revenue is necessary. Last but not least, colleges and universities are now starting to consider it as a varsity sport. An article on schools support cheerleading as athletes, listing Gale opening viewpoints, researched this topic and recognized that 22 schools have it listed as a varsity sport. They also say that it's the fourth leading sport for women. In this article, they say that under the federal sex equality law, it says that women should be respected to any sports just like males are. Scholarships are also being granted, such as Maryland, and 12 have already been given out. According to ESPN, the NCAA and the UCA already governs cheerleading, which includes the training camps, the clinics, the competitions, and the equipment. No doubt has cheerleading been very dangerous, just like any sport or physical activity. There should be no reason why people feel that it is not hard enough. They give as much time, effort, strength, and heart as any other ordinary athlete does to get to the top. Cheerleading should be recognized as a sport, and stereotypes should not be an excuse anymore.